everyone. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So today is my final Joann fabric haul. So as most of you all know, Joann's is closing all of their stores, and I ended up going to my two locations that are closest to me here in Chicago, and I picked up a few things. So I have two locations that I frequented quite often, and the one that's in Chicago on Roosevelt, they actually closed a couple of weeks ago now, and I picked up some things. However, I ended up going yesterday to the bigger location that I normally shop at on Elston, and they had a sign up that said 9 days left. So that was yesterday, and I ended up getting some fabric there too. So I wasn't obviously in need of any fabric because I've done quite a bit of shopping the last few months. I went to Mood Fabrics in New York, and I went to Mood in Miami, plus just all the fabric that I already have in my stash. However, I wanted to go ahead and do a final Joann's run because Joann's has had a special place with me. I would go there often, obviously, since I started back sewing. So a little history with me and my sewing. So I originally learned like basics of sewing in high school. However, once I went away to college, I didn't really do anything with it. I did do some little costumes in college for my dance team. Like we kind of just altered some stuff. But other than that, I didn't do much shopping. So I was going through my things one time, and I saw one of my old high school projects, and it was like a denim two-piece, and I had all the feelings come back in of man, I would like to sew. And so I went on Amazon and bought a sewing machine, and that was in 2011. And I've been sewing ever since. So I picked it back up in 2011. I graduated high school in 1999, so I hadn't even ventured into that. And then even when in high school, it was industrial machines. It wasn't even domestic. So when I picked it back up, I had to pretty much learn from scratch how to, use a domestic sewing machine. So I would always go to Joann. So at the time, I could go to Hancock as well, but Hancock closed many years ago. But Joann's and Hancock would be my two places that I would go to. So yeah, I am going to miss them. However, I am blessed that I live in a major city here in Chicago, and I have other in-store options to shop at. So I'm not at a loss, but I know there's so many other places where Joann's were their only in-store options. So I personally, I have bought fabric online, but I am an in-person shopper. I love to feel and touch and see the texture, see the stretch. I love that about fabric shopping. So whenever I'm going on vacation or visiting different places, I'll definitely hit up their stores that are local to whatever city I'm in. And I mean, I think I will probably end up doing some online shopping as well, but I prefer in-store shopping. So I am going to miss Joann. So I wanted to share with you guys my final Joann Fabrics haul. This is going to be it for me because that store said 9 days left. I went through, there was not that much left. I did end up getting some things, but for the majority of the fabric, it was just the fleece, some cottons. So I'm done. That was my last trip to Joann. So I'm going to jump in and show you guys. I'll do the stuff that I had got a few weeks ago at the smaller store first. At that time, there was it had gotten up to 60% because I was waiting, you guys. Most of us were going to those stores and they were still talking about 30%, and we're yeah, nah, we're not doing that. So I do have my fabric that I ended up getting, and I'm just going to share that with you guys now. So The first thing that I'm going to share with you all is a jersey. I love knits and I love prints. I ended up finding this, and I think I ended up only getting 2 yards of this. And as you guys know, like, they were only doing 2-yard cuts. And at this point, I believe this was 60% off. And I just thought it was nice. I could make just like a really nice knit dress for the summer. It's a really nice weight, but I really love it. I love the color. It's like kind of like a bone color, and then that's red. Is that red or like burgundy? It's like a mix in between, but I thought it was really nice. I have quite a few like tried and true knit dress patterns that I love to do over and over again. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do with this. And then I end up finding this mesh fabric. This will most likely end up being like a swim cover, but I thought it was really nice. Although I could probably make like a dress and just get a fabric that I could line it with, but I thought this was really nice. Also got 2 yards of this really nice mesh that has an amazing stretch. Really love this. I could not pass this up. And so the next thing I got, this is like it has some stretch, but it's like a cotton. So this is one of those keepsake calico quilt fabrics. Actually, not much stretch on here. Actually, yeah, it's just like a cotton. I ended up getting, I think, 3 yards of this, and I love pink. Pink's my favorite color. It kind of gives you like a little tie-dye look, but I just thought this was really nice, and I could just make a cute summer dress, or maybe like a 2-piece set. That would be nice, like a nice coordinate set, but it was a Joann's exclusive, and so I really like this one. I really do, and I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it yet, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? This would be cute as a little coordinate set, and I should have enough to make like little shorts and a little top. Really nice. And so this one is just like a regular cotton. It's like a coral color, no print or anything. I just thought, you know what? I'll go ahead and grab this. You know, this could be anything. You know, I just really like the color. I'm usually not buying solids, but I was like, you know what? I like this coral, like kind of orange color. I'm gonna grab 3 yards of this as well. And so this other one that I ended up getting, this was in like the home deck section, but I've made like skirts before in home deck. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab it. And I like that it kind of almost looks like a denim print. So I thought this was really nice. I ended up getting 2 yards of this. This would be nice, like a little skirt and a vest. I think that would be really nice. I would just have to be mindful of the pattern placement because it is kind of like intricate. And so, yeah, I'm thinking skirt and vest for this. This would be really cute. I love that. Like I said, it reminded me like of a denim, and it has a really nice weight to it. Really nice. And so the other 2 things that I ended up getting, I got these on a good discount because it was like the end of the boat. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this cotton, you guys. I'll probably end up making like gifts or something, but I just thought this was nice, and I ended up getting whatever was left on here. So they were doing it was like 60% off. This is only $5.99 a yard in the first place, and then since I got the whole thing, they took like additional money off. So I think it's about 4 yards, but I just thought it was so nice with the coffee cups. I think this is so cute. Again, I don't know. I could just make little pouches or something. I could add some things to my Etsy shop, or I could just make gifts, but I just felt like I couldn't go wrong with this cotton. It's just a cotton lightweight. It's just called Coffee Cups Brown, but it's a part of the Quilters Showcase. I just thought it was so cute. I couldn't pass it up, especially for the deal that I got on it. And so the last thing that I got at that location, and you guys, I got like 9 yards of this because, again, it was one of those ones where they took additional money off because it was the end of the boat. And I've always wanted some of this fabric. I believe they call it plissé. It's like the pleated fabric, and I got it in pink. You guys, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Like I said, I think it's 9 yards on here. I got the whole thing that they had left, and I'm just like, I don't know what I want to make, but with 9 yards, the possibilities are endless. I could see there's this, I don't know if it's Simplicity or McCall's, but I'll end up having to put the pattern up. And I have the pattern, I've had it for a couple of years. This like button-up shirt that's long and it comes with some pants. That would be really nice with that. I think that would be nice. I would want to test it out though, the pattern, just to be sure, because I don't want to mess this fabric up because I think it's so nice. It's so soft. And again, pink's my favorite color. I love all shades of pink. So I couldn't pass that up. So that was at the Roosevelt location. And so yesterday I ended up picking up a few more things. I took my mood bag into Joann's and I got some things. I did end up picking up a couple of hook and eyes because they were like $1. And how many are in here? These have 12 pieces, so I'm assuming 6 sets. Yeah, 6 sets. So yeah, for, you know, fasteners, you can't go wrong. I bought 3. I was like, give me all you got. And so the other 2 that I got, I only actually got 2 prints. They're both like a home deck fabric, but again, we can do what we want to do with our fabrics. And so the first one I got is this animal print. And you guys, like, I love this. It's like, I don't even know what it is actually, but it's like spotted. But this to me is like an animal print. So I ended up getting 3 yards of this and I thought it was really nice. It is pretty stiff, so I'm definitely gonna throw it in the wash to soften it up. But again, I can see this being a little skirt, a little romper. I don't know what these things are gonna be, you guys. I have so much fabric and so many ideas. I have to start like planning out things because I'm just like accumulating all this fabric and I gotta like put some plans to it. But I change my mind a lot about things. Like I'll be excited and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this with that, and then like it'll be a fleeting moment and then I change my mind. So I don't know if I want to do like batch cutting, because sometimes when I do that, like I'm not as motivated anymore once it's cut out, and then now it's already cut out, and so now I have a closet full of like unfinished projects that I no longer want to do. So I have to get on top of that. And so the last thing that I got from Joann's, again, a home deck fabric. I ended up grabbing most of this because it was super low. Like, I don't think I have my receipt. Do I? She told me and I was like, what? Excuse me? What? How much is that? It was so inexpensive and I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta have it. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna show you guys. But I got whatever was left. It's like 5 or 6 yards. Look at that, y'all. It is so nice. I couldn't pass it up. And so I also ended up getting some interfacing, but I left that in the trunk. I just realized that I left that down there. But I think that's all that I have. If I end up coming back on with some more, then I did have some in the trunk. Because I'm like, now I'm trying to think, like, I think I might have got some more things and they were on the boat. So we'll see. But if not, thanks so much for stopping by. This is my final Joann's fabric haul. Again, I'm going to miss it, but I am so glad that I actually do have other places that I can shop. But yeah, it's like a end of an era for sure. Like, my son was little with me inside, you know, shopping in Joann's, and now he's like a grown adult. So it's like it's been a part of my sewing process, my sewing journey, and I'm gonna miss them. But yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and grab some things. I'm upset that I didn't go ahead of time and get like a bag. I don't have one that's like branded Joann's. I do have like a couple of the little reusables, but they don't say Joann's. I should have just grabbed one of the green ones with the Joann logo on there just for like nostalgic purposes, but I didn't grab it. But yeah, this is all that I have, and so I hope you like this haul. If you have any ideas, recommendations for what I should make with these fabrics, put them in the comment section. I would love to hear your ideas, because I don't know what they're gonna end up being. But of course, whenever I do sew things up, I'll be sharing them here with you guys. So I just ran down to the car. I did have one more that I want to show you guys. I also ended up getting interfacing. It was pretty inexpensive, so I got a lightweight and I got a like medium to heavyweight. I just grabbed 2 bolts, because you could just never have enough of that. But this is the one. This is actually the one that, like, I had her scan because I was like, I don't know how many yards I'm gonna get. I might just get a couple yards because it's kind of like a wild print. And y'all, she scanned it and she was like, $1.16 a yard. I said, yeah, ma'am, give me all of it. So I got the whole boat. Look at this, y'all. It is bold, but y'all know I love my prints, and I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely grabbing it. So I want to say it's like 7 yards or something. It's a lot. So I'm like, I don't know. It's a knit. So what is the makeup actually? Jersey. It's a jersey knit brush for softness. I love me a jersey knit. This one was called Bold Tropical Abstract. It is 48% recycled polyester, 4% spandex, like 59 inches wide. Like, I could see a maxi dress. I could see a mini skirt. It's just so beautiful and it's so soft. I love jersey because it feels like pajamas, whatever I make out of it. So yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and go down to the car, and I remembered that I had this one on the boat and it was in the trunk. So yeah, that is all the fabric now. If you love sewing content and you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. Also click the notification bell so you be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.